Welcome back. It's 10, 10, 10. 10 classes in 10 days, and I have 10 minutes of a topic of my choice. So what we're going to talk about today is kids, children, essential kids. How can we bring natural solutions to children? It is a really sad fact that unfortunately children these days are born with a lot of toxins inside them. Effectively, in the womb, they are the wastebasket of the mother. So if mum is not very careful about examining the chemical exposure that she experiences, then children unfortunately bear the brunt of that. And blood cord studies have shown that children these days can be born with up to 250, 276, I think that particular study said, of chemicals inside them. That doesn't present for a really good start to life, does it? So it's little wonder that our children then react to things in a hypersensitive manner. And, we have a lot of, allergies and other chronic issues that children present with these days. So what we can do at home, what we can do as mums, is really minimize the amount of chemicals that our children are exposed to additionally. So how can we do that? Well, babies do not need to be washed and bathed in detergents, to be honest. They don't really get that dirty other than at the rear end. And then you can use some, coconut oil to wipe. You can use some warm water, to wipe. The more detergents we use on the skin, baby will absorb those, but also detergents are very, very astringent. They strip the body, the skin, of its natural barrier. So that then makes the skin far more susceptible to, any sort of yeast and other things that are around and can cause some sort of skin irritation. So perhaps look at the way you're doing, handling those kind of things. The other thing is, excuse me, is baby wipes. You can actually make your own baby wipes. It's actually very simple. Frog in my throat today. Goodness. It's actually very simple to make baby wipes, and I will post the recipe for that below so you can have a look at that. And it's fun to make, and you are in total control of what goes into the liquid that then goes into the tissue that you can use, or into the wipes. The other thing is that, of course, babies are, chewing on things, and you might have, not so much babies, but you might have toddlers, and you have other children visiting, and, maybe they have come with a cold, and now all the toys need cleaning. And what I have found that is really, really useful is to use our cleaner concentrate. You can just put all the toys into, a bucket, warm water, add some of the cleaner concentrate to it, and it is antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, and that will take care of all those things. Just rinse them off. If there is any of this left, it doesn't really matter. This can actually be used in the dishwasher as well, so it is actually food grade. Okay, so there's no problem with that. Alternatively, you could use maybe a spray bottle, a 500 ml spray bottle, and add about a tablespoon of the cleaner concentrate, and then you can just spray the toys, just to give them a little bit of a freshen up. You can obviously use that on your kitchen counters as well, and there's no problem with someone coming along and not using a cutting board, but doing all their sandwiches right on the surface of the bench, and it's no problem for them to take that on board. So when we talk about children, we can also talk about babies. We can also talk about teething. So teething is obviously something that our children go through. And what we can do is we can perhaps apply a little bit of lavender oil, either on the outside of the jawline, or you can actually put a little bit on your finger and actually rub that on the gum line, as well. That really is very, very soothing. The other thing that we have found that works a treat is to actually use the On Guard toothpaste. And I know of several households where the On Guard toothpaste, it's actually the child's own, and they literally just suck on it. Now, On Guard has got wild orange, cinnamon, clove, rosemary and eucalyptus in it. And the clove, as we well know, is beautifully suited to soothing and to calming anything to do with our gums. So there's little wonder that this toothpaste, works. And if you don't have your own doTERRA account and you want to give this a go because you might be dealing with teething children, just pop me a line and I'm happy to send out some samples to you so that you can, try it. And, the beautiful thing with the toothpaste is that it doesn't have any fluoride in it and children can actually swallow it. Whereas if you look at the back of your toothpaste, it probably says that you should spit it out and that you mustn't swallow it. So there's no problem with that particular toothpaste. Hence, it's perfectly safe to give to a child to self-administer the toothpaste when teething. Now, when we use essential oils with children, what we need to be very, very aware of and mindful with is the rate of dilution. So what we like to use is we like to use a fractionated coconut oil. That has just had its larger fatty acid chains taken off, and so we have just small molecules left that work very beautifully together with our essential oils. It is a carrier oil. When we say, often people say diluting, and it kind of conjures up the idea that we're diluting the efficacy of the essential oil, and it doesn't do any of that at all, okay? It is quite the opposite. Essential oils are very, very small molecules. They're very small molecular size, which means that they can penetrate our skin really, really quickly. And when they do that through very thin skin, so this could be in the elderly, or it could be in people that have got some, they're compromised, their skin is compromised in some way, children, anybody with very sort of, sensitive skin, the molecules will go through very quickly, or can go through very quickly, and can possibly cause an irritation. Now, we want everybody to have an absolutely amazing essential oil experience. So having a rash and having a red area and something that feels hot is not comfortable. So we want to avoid that. So what we use is we use our fractionated coconut oil, and we use it as a carrier. So how do we do this? It's very easy to remember. You use 1 tablespoon of carrier oil to 1 drop of essential oil. That is for babies under the age of 6 months. So 1 tablespoon of fractionated coconut oil, all right, to 1 drop of essential oil. And then you just use a few drops of that diluted oil. The other thing that we do then from 6 to 2 years on, round about a teaspoon, that's about 5 mils, and you use 1 drop of essential oil. And then again, you just use several drops of that dilution. That oil, that carrier oil, simply means that the essential oil is carried through the skin in a really safe manner, and that avoids any possible irritation that might occur. So we want babies to have a good experience, we want adults to have a good experience, and that simply means using a carrier oil. And as I said, you're not diluting the efficacy. So what are some amazing oils to use for children? Lavender oil. I know it's old-fashioned, it's a very simple oil, it's gorgeous oil, it's very complex, it's the queen of essential oils, and we get it from Bulgaria, where there is a burgeoning and evolving and coming back of an essential oil industry. So lavender oil is absolutely beautiful. It is very safe to use on babies, but just be mindful, just use the dilution rate. In fact, the only people that we do not put essential oils onto are preemie babies, because their skin is just way, way, way too thin. Some other lovely oils that you might consider, lavender oil is, we can use lavender oil for teething, we can use it for temperature, we can use it for tummy aches, we can use it for when, babies are unsettled in some way, when they're not sleeping. It is the panacea, literally, of, for a lot of things that, just typically occur. Now, we can also team it up with another gorgeous oil, which is another favorite of mine, which is Roman chamomile. Roman chamomile is very soothing, very, very calming, and it's just an absolutely delightful aroma. So we can use that safely on the skin as well. Snuffly babies, you would just reach out to some Easy Air. We also have a beautiful Easy Air stick, and I neglected to bring that, and it is, consider it Vicks Vapor Rub in a stick. but of course it's all naturally based. And then that way you don't need to fuss with diluting and all of those things. You can just rub it onto baby's chest and on baby's back. And as I mentioned the other day, I'm really a fan of applying essential oils up the spine. And so, of course, we do that with baby as well. Just use the vapor stick, just rub that up baby's spine where there's rich nerve supply. And then obviously everything will be distributed beautifully right throughout the body. For any cooling that you need to do, consider some peppermint oil. Again, you must be very careful with that to dilute that. With the carrier oil, apply it to the soles of baby's feet. And if the temperature is still, still fairly high, baby's still very warm after half an hour, you can safely apply another few drops of that diluted blend that you have created. Other things with babies, colic. It is a huge subject. I could talk for ages on that. As an infant massage therapist, I've encountered babies with colic, and there is a particular colic sequence that we can do. So maybe I'll do a webinar on just that side of things. But the blend that you would want to use is Digest Zen. And you would apply that on baby's tummy, following the line of the intestine. Get a book if you're not sure exactly how that works. It's the ascending, the transverse, and the descending colon that you're looking for. And that will alleviate some of those cramps that babies get. The idea is to really minimize the amount of toxins that they're exposed to, but also consider, and this came from a pediatric gut webinar that I attended, and basically we were told that all babies born not only have chemicals inside them, but we really need to consider that perhaps they have got candida as well. And for that, I would suggest to use our beautiful pre and probiotic PB Assist Junior. This is a beautiful sachet. I think it's watermelon flavored. No, I beg your pardon. It's strawberry melon flavored, and it's ever so yummy. So you would probably have to hide it if you have older children. You just open this up. It's a sachet with some beautiful sherbet type of bacteria in there that will replenish baby's gut and allow it to to thrive. But again, that's a huge subject. So watch out for some beautiful webinars on these types of topics in 2018. That's all for me for today. I hope you enjoyed a little bit on Essential Kids, and we will talk soon. Ciao for now.